So once you get into a classroom, how are you collecting data about the teaching and learning that's occurring? The answer is by low inference note taking. But what is it? How do you do it well? And why is it so important for positive classroom visits? Let's dive in and find out. We define low inference notes as simply capturing what the teacher and students are saying and doing. Let's take a look at some low inference notes from Miss Smith's fourth period middle school math class. One of the first things you'll notice is a quick orientation. Where are the students and where are the teachers in the room? It's helpful if there's something on the board to write it down and to give a brief description, factual based, as to who's doing what. So in this case, the teacher's at the board asking some questions about some math class while students are seated at their desks. Now again, the focus of low inference notes is to capture what the students and teachers are doing. And so that's why, in this case, we have quotes from both the teacher, shorthand here is T, and the students. So when the teacher asks what is the next operation, we then take some quick notes. How many students raise hands when she asks a question? In this case, it's 4 to 5. Exact numbers aren't the most important thing. Just a general idea. Is it 4 to 5? Is it 9 to 10? Or is it all 22 students that are in the class? It gives us a good indication of how many students are raising their hand. The second thing we noticed here is how long is the teacher waiting before she calls on someone. In this case, it's less than 3 seconds, and the teacher calls on a student. It's not important to include their name, it's just important to identify who that student is in your own notes. In this case, the student gives the correct answer. The teacher asks a follow-up. Again, 3 or 4 hands are raised. After less than 3 seconds, she calls on a second student. That student gets the correct answer. And again, a follow-up. 3 students raise their hands. Again, 3 seconds of wait time, and a third student is called. Finally, it comes around again, only 3 students raise their hand, and after 1 second, that teacher calls on student number 1. Now, why is all of this important? Taking low inference notes is so important because it gives an accurate snapshot of what's actually happening in the classroom. High inference notes, like students are engaged or students aren't engaged, doesn't really provide a starting point for productive professional conversation. When you have low inference notes that demonstrates that after a series of questions, no more than 5 students are ever raising their hands, you can simply start with a question to the teacher. How many students do you want to raise their hand when you ask a question? It's a great place to start without making any kind of judgments. It allows the teacher to take the lead and be in charge of their own learning and development. To learn more about how to implement this crucial approach, please explore our Importance of Low Inference Note-Taking document on our site. We share additional insight and guidance to ensure you're ready to execute excellent classroom visits. Thanks for watching, and take care.